Far more than we think. Making Sense of Spirituality by Angelo. Chapter 2. In the Beginning. The double meaning in the title of this book is, for me, a profound truth. We are far more than the sum total of our thoughts, and therefore we are far more than we think we are. Whatever you may think of yourself at this precise moment, good or bad, I believe that by the end of this book you will realize that you are far more than you previously considered possible. We are far more than we think. Our thoughts and feelings are part of the story, but there's a lot more to it than that. Far more. I talk about we, but actually I'm really referring to me. I'm making the heroic assumption here that there are enough similarities between you and me to render my experience relevant to some degree. There will be many differences, certainly, because each of us is unique, but there will also be similarities, because we all have varying degrees of the same basic human characteristics. If what I say makes no sense, then hopefully we can agree to disagree. If I occasionally cause offence or irritation, I apologise. I'm not claiming to have all of the answers, but I do know that my own life has changed extraordinarily for the better as a result of what I have found to be true. There's no previously unknown wisdom in this book. I claim little credit for any of the ideas or concepts that you will find here. It's simply that my own life experience has caused me to search for understanding, and fortunately I've had the time and resources to do so. What I've discovered has completely changed my perception of the world, and consequently my whole experience of life. Some of the ideas presented here may well seem unpalatable at first, but I encourage you to read through to the end so that you have the opportunity to see the whole picture. We often spend so much time looking at the threads of our lives that we fail to step back and see the beauty of the tapestry. The landscape that emerges is far bigger and more wonderful than I could have ever possibly imagined. I'm going to cover a broad range of subjects in the coming pages, but I'm no expert in any one of them. It has been for me like working on a giant jigsaw puzzle. Once I have a clear enough view of each piece, I simply fit it into place and move on to the next. I could spend much more time on each piece and go into more depth, but the danger here is that we get immersed in the individual trees and miss the beauty of the woods. We live in a privileged age in which many of us have access to the internet and hence to a significant proportion of the cumulative knowledge of humankind. The information presented online is also being constantly updated. I've no doubt that the ideas presented here will raise many more questions, and we all have the opportunity to investigate any one of them at our own pace by simply typing a search into an internet browser. My own research has taken place over several years and has involved a great deal of reading and listening. It has also led me to talk with many hundreds of people along the way from all sorts of backgrounds and beliefs. A key theme that emerges from these interactions is that most people who seek deeper understanding of life tend to do so from a position of suffering. I believe this is because our own sense of self is so powerful that we have no interest or need to look beyond our ego unless we are in so much pain that we have to. pain is the touchstone of growth. No pain, no gain, as the saying goes. My hope is that this book will not only help those who are suffering, but will also be of use to those who currently feel safe and secure in life, but wish to experience something more. However good or bad your life may be at this moment, it is my deepest wish that you may find something in these pages that is of benefit to you. My primary motivation in writing this book is to share what I've learned. We all lead busy and purposeful lives, yet it's only when we quiet our minds that wisdom emerges. This wisdom is not mine to possess or indulge in. My purpose is simply to pass it on. If you find the material in this book relevant for your life, I would encourage you to please share this knowledge with family and friends. My objective is not to sell more books, but to share this wisdom as widely as possible. Personal recommendation is far more powerful than any amount of marketing, and you can make a big difference to the lives of others if you choose to do so. Knowledge is readily available, but wisdom speaks loudest when it's shared with love. Moving now to the fundamentals of spirituality, let's start with a topic that matters to all of us, the important subject of energy.